Hello, thanks for joining me. I've been in Turkey now for about 6 months, and during this time, my husband and I have been trying to narrow down some places that we'd like to settle a bit more permanently. And one area that we've really fallen in love with is Datça. Datça is located in the far southwest of the country on a peninsula where the Aegean and Mediterranean seas meet. It's definitely a more remote location, but there is a certain peace and charm here that we haven't found anywhere else. We were last here in the spring, and I made a video then that I'll link here for you to check out. But now that summer is in full swing, we're able to experience a slightly different side of Datça. The sun was out, flowers were in bloom, and the sea was finally starting to warm up just in time for the first wave of summer visitors to descend upon this otherwise tranquil little town. Datça has a year-round population of about 25,000. It's relatively smaller size compared to some of Turkey's other well-known summer vacation spots, makes it perfect for walking. The downtown is small and you can easily reach little shops, grocery stores, restaurants, cafes, all within a few minutes walk around the waterfront. There are some slight hills in the city, so be sure to wear decent shoes, but otherwise the sidewalks are cleaner and much better taken care of than I've seen in other parts of Turkey. Farmers markets are a staple for most households in Turkey, and the one in Datça didn't disappoint. There's a good-sized one here downtown every Saturday. The outside aisles tended to have more of the textiles and household items, and the interior aisles featured more of the spices, nuts, cheeses, and produce. In general, food is significantly less expensive here in Turkey than it is in the US. For example, when we were living in the Seattle area, I remember paying about $1.79 for just one bunch of parsley, whereas here in Turkey I can get it for roughly 20 cents. But it's important to note that food prices are not cheap for Turks who are living off of the Turkish lira, when you consider that the median income for a Turk is about a quarter of that of what it is for an American. And Turkey's been experiencing severe inflation for quite a while, and I see frequently that soaring food prices are a topic of conversation on the news. And even in the most recent presidential election, the growing price of onions became a talking point. I'll go ahead and notate the average prices I was seeing for just some of the produce here for reference. So far, I've only seen cash accepted at the farmers markets, so it's always important to have that on hand if you want to buy anything. Also, you may find that some vendors don't want you to pick out your own produce. This doesn't happen all the time, but it is fairly common. Overall, I was really impressed with the market in Datça. It was small enough to easily navigate, but it had a great variety of foods. And prices were about on par with what I'm currently paying, and some items were slightly more expensive, which, to be honest, I was kind of expecting considering that it is a touristic town. One major difference that I've noticed, though, so far between farmers markets in the US and in Turkey is the lack of organic options in Turkey. I don't even remember there being booths selling anything but organic at my previous farmers markets in Washington and California, but so far I haven't seen any in the markets that I've visited in Turkey. Now, that's not to say that they don't exist, but it's just not prevalent. That being said, the market in Datça did notate many of the items that were locally grown, so at least you know that they're fresh. One rather neat feature I noticed in Datça were these publicly run dining facilities. There was a new one along the waterfront walkway, one at the market, and then this one located on a hill by the harbor. It was an inexpensive and casual dining place that offered a small variety of desserts, drinks, pastries, and sandwiches. And of course there was tea, which was affordable at 5 Turkish lira. Orders could be placed inside their small booth, and then they called your number over a loudspeaker when your order was up. The atmosphere here was really relaxed, and it was a great place to hide in the shade on a hot day and have a beautiful view overlooking the sailboats below. On our walk out of the downtown area, I noticed a group had gathered around this little roadside stand that was set up. My husband explained to me that the food being passed out here was in remembrance of somebody who had recently passed away. It's a common practice when someone dies that their family will hire a sort of caterer like this to pass out treats for free to the public, which I think is a really sweet gesture. Here they had lokma, which are sweetened balls of fried dough. At night, we headed over to Eski Datça, or Old Datça. It's a neighborhood in the city about a mile or two from downtown, and I've been here before during the daytime and loved it, but I've just never been here at night, but it was still as charming as could be. With the summer tourism season open, the restaurants and bars were ready for business. All of them that I saw had outdoor seating, and some even had live music. The demographic in Datça tends to skew on the older side, so there aren't any pump and club vibes, but that's fine by me. I much prefer the calm that this city has to offer. Thanks for watching this little video of mine. I really appreciate your time. I have more videos of Datça to come, so please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you'd like to see more, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Until next time, thanks!